Is it okay? Now I'm going to check it. Mm-hmm. So, today we are going to make a book cover. Part of this cover I've made beforehand to show it to you in Facebook and on Instagram. So it was a very old book, Omen, by the way, if you know this story. I just have put it aside. And now I will use it as a material for my scrapbooking projects, for my art journaling, and for cards maybe. And today I'm going to decorate the cover and to make maybe a new notebook or maybe a new book. Oh, hello! I can see your comments. I'm so happy. Hello everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Okay, and now we are going to decorate this part and to use this part as an example of our decoration. First of all, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the preparation for the work. I was using this kind of gesso. It is a white gesso. You can use any gesso you have to cover all the page, all the surface, and to let it work well with the Lindy sprays. For gesso I use this instrument. It is a simple sponge, and let me show you how we'll do this in a very quick way, because it's not our main issue today. So I just take a little bit of gesso on the sponge and do the tapping movement like that all over the page. I think it is clear. And let's go further. So today I'm going to use 3 different texture pastes, and it's the main point of our stream today, the combination of different pastes. So the first paste is colorful, but it doesn't matter at all. The main point is that it has to be darker than white paste. So you can use black paste, you can color it with Lindy's Magicals, with acrylic paints and so on. The main point, it should be darker. So I have this one and I want to use it. Okay, now I am taking palette and a palette knife. And I want to mix it with some mineral powder to add even more texture. Of course, you can use any mineral powder or even sand from the beach, whatever you have by hand. Hello everyone, again, who is joining in. So here's the first layer, and it should be dark. really dark to make the difference with lighter layers. So I'm going to apply it here and there. I won't apply it on this part of the cover because it can be bended. I'm doing my movement with a palette knife only in one direction, not there, just only there. It will be visible when we will be applying the second layer of texture paste. Yes, it's texture paste. It is called vintage paste. But it is just a rough paste with some mineral powder in it. I have blue one, but you can use any paste you have. Okay, our first layer is ready. Now let us dry it. I will switch off the sound while I'm drying, and then I will switch it on again. Oh, hello! I can see some of my friends from Lindy's design team. I'm very glad that you have joined in, dear. Hi, Nora. Okay, I think it is ready to go further. And our next step will be another texture paste, and it is just white. My texture paste is rather old, so it's a little bit dry, but if your texture paste is new, you can make it a little bit drier. Oh, now I can see that my first layer isn't ready. I will use a hairdryer again. Let us finish drying a little bit. Okay, I think we can continue. If you have more time, let it dry to the end. But it's a live stream, so I have not much time. So I have to finish my second layer. I'm covering the places of my surface where I hasn't applied the blue paste, but in some areas I mix them up. It should be a rather thick layer to let us stamp. No, the first part of this cover was done as just an example for you, but the second part will be absolutely the same. So following this tutorial you can do both parts together. They are the same technique, and finally you will have a full cover of a book or of a notebook. Depends on you. By the way, please write me, guys, if you are crafting right now. Maybe some of you are crafting with me together. And what are you crafting? Oh, you're painting a blue bird. What a beautiful color. I love birds. And of course I love all the shades of blue. It is one of my favorite tones. So as you can see, I'm trying to fulfill all the edges of the cover with the texture paste, but of course you can miss some places, leave them empty. Okay, now I think my surface is ready. I have enough texture paste here, and now it's time to stamping. While it is wet, I can stamp. I will be using the stamp from Stamperia company. I love that stamp because it is a rubber stamp. And now I'm going to sprinkle it with water, just a little bit. And to stamp, slightly pushing with my fingers. So I think you can see it, right? If you have some texture paste on your stamp, you can remove it with a baby wipe. It is not very important now. Later I will wash them, all my stamps. And I will repeat the same action. Okay, now my surface is ready, and I should dry it. If you don't like your stamping, you can apply your texture paste again with a palette knife and repeat everything from the beginning. So it's not a big problem. You can train again and again. Okay, now my texture paste is almost dry, but not completely, because I'm hurrying a little bit. Oh, hello, Лена! Привет, Леночка, я очень рада, что ты успела. Молодец. Oh, thanks, Maria. It's not beautiful now, because it's only the first step. I think so. Now we can, I think, glue our sequence. So I have 3 sizes of stars. I love them much, very, very much, because they can change their color depending on the sprays around them. I think you could see it. And now I want to glue them on my texture paste. So for this purpose I am going to take Mod Podge glue, but you can use any glue you like, or glossy medium gel. It's the same product. So I just take them to the brush and try to glue on the white texture paste. Now, of course, they look white because they've been mixed with glue, but when the glue will be dry, they will be amazing, believe me. So guys, tell me, have you ever used the sequins in the background of your projects? Because I have recently started doing this and now I am a fan of this technique. Oh, hi Olga. I'm so glad to see you today. Thank you for your support. I think the Lindy's again family is the best family ever, because we always support each other. So guys, it's really great thing to see you here today. I'm gluing really lots of sequins because some of them will be covered with the third layer of texture paste. And besides, I love them. More sequins I use, more love they have. So the comment is not sequins. I usually use glitter, but I will try sequins. Yes, you should try them. I also love glitter on the texture paste and on the background. And of course you can mix them, glitter and the sequins. And they're great. Let us dry them a little bit and I hope you will see them. Okay, now I see that I've missed some places. I want to add even more. Yes, Nora, all the girls love glitter and sparkles. I can't live without sparkles, really. I think I'm crafting only for sparkles. Adding sparkles in my life. That's the main reason. Okay, and a little bit drying. Okay, so now I can see all my stars. We can leave it in that way. It's already beautiful, I think so. Girls, please write me. Do you see the stars? So I love them. And now I'm going to apply the third layer of texture paste. It will be the last one, I promise. It is another texture paste. It is heavy body paste from Stamperia, and it works differently from the previous one. So it is more white and more resistible to sprays. Now I'm going to use the Dusty Attic stencil and to make some more texture just here and there. Oh, thank you girls. Gorgeous and beautiful. I love your comments and your support. So I like applying texture paste through the stencil from the middle to the edges. Ah, it isn't dry. Yeah, my glue isn't dry. So we have to dry it better. So just a little bit of texture, because we have already a lot of it. And now the finished drawing. Okay, I want to let it dry completely, and now it is drying. I want to add some gesso to the chipboard element. I want to use as many chipboards as in this side of the cover because it will be my back side, but they are all decorated in the same way. So I think if I make one, you can make several of them in the same technique. Now I'm taking a chippy. It is a chippy by Dusty Attic company. I love the design. By the way, it was designed by my friend Nuneka. She's a great friend and a great designer. Now I am taking a white gesso, my sponge, I think you remember it, and we'll be covering the chippy with a little bit of gesso. If you use a sponge for that purpose, so the sprays and magicals will work better than if you use a brush. So the sponge is a great instrument for applying gesso on the chip. Oh, Jump Street, yes, Stamperie is a really great texture paste. I have several of them and I like all of them. They have a really good quality. So, my chippy will be drying, and I want to show you how to make these cabochons, stones that I have used in the center of my cover. So I take it is called melange. It's art pebbles from Finabaya, but of course you can use any cabochon you have. And I will use the same glue, Mod Podge, as when we glue the stars. So I'm going to repeat it. I'm taking smaller stars and some big ones and just gluing them. Of course, again, you can use glossy medium or some other glue that you have, but please don't use matte gel or matte medium because it can ruin all the shining of the sequins. So choose some glossy one. And while my glue is wet, I'm going to add some glitter as soon as I'll find it on my table. So, okay, no purple glitter. I will use the glitter from Stamperia, and I have chosen the glitter of the same color as the Lindy spray. And now I'm going to wait while it dries. Jump Street, not at all. I'm very grateful that you have joined my stream, because more people we have here, more beautiful projects will be. I think it is really so. Okay, now let us add some magic. Because I think sprays by Lindy's are really magical. I think you can see everything fine. So for this project I have chosen 3 colors. Here they French's Pink Puff, Tiffany Lou Blue, and Tilt a Wheel Teal. So when I choose colors for my projects, I use the color wheel, and this time I wanted to use some violet shade and to mix it with some I don't know how to show you, in this way, some violet and some bluish green. And when they mix, they will give some bluish violet tone. And I think if you use the color wheel, you know that if you mix some tones that are close enough on the color wheel, they will be mixing perfectly. So I will begin with the most greenish. It's Tiffany Lou Blue. And I'm going to add only a little bit. That's enough. Next is more bluish one, Tilt a Wheel Teal. And my favorite lavender purple color, French's Pink Puff. I will take another bottle. I think we can leave it in that way and dry a little bit, and if we want, we can add then another layer of sprays. So now I think you can see the area where two sprays are mixing together, and they are making a perfectly lavender color, bluish bluish tone of lavender. And now I want to add more shining here, because French's Pink Puff is a flat spray, so it is only color without any shining pigment. And for adding shining, I love using glitzer sprays. I think you also love them. I have 5, I think, glitzer sprays on my collection. But today I'm going to use this silver tone. Mix everyone together. Yeah, girls. Mix everything. So okay, let us add shining almost everywhere. The more shining we have, the better project looks. And again, I'm going to add some more color with the same spray. I can't laugh very loud during the stream because when people will watch the recording, they will think that I'm totally mad, girls. Okay, let us try it again a little bit. So girls, I think now you can see all the texture, and I like it even more than in the example, because there is more contrast between our dark paste and the light one. Here I use less white texture paste and more bluish one. And of course these silver sparkles are amazing, I love them. And I think you can see now all the mixing of the colors together. By the way, you can choose, if you want to repeat this project, you can choose any colors you want. But just to inspire you, I want to show you my another book. I made it in the totally same technique and as this one, just added more elements on the top. And here I used another shade of lavender. It was teapot purple, and I mixed it with orange creamsicle. And to make shadows, I added a little bit of polite people purple. It's my favorite dark purple color. So I think you can see now that these books are the same in the background. The same technique. Thanks girls, and hi everyone. Yes, and by the way, please write me which color combination do you prefer, the violet and orange here, and the light blue and violet here. Which is your favorite? I can't decide, I love them all. So now let us continue working with our surface. As you can see on this part, I also used some embossing powder and some stamping. But let us check our cabochon. Yes, it is dry. And let us add some color as it was on the first cabochon. If you want to add some color to glass cabochons, so please always prepare them with transparent gesso or gloss medium, as we did together today. So what I'm using, yes, is French's pink. And for this purpose you can use even this powder spray. But it is very long. I will use my brush. The color combo is amazing. Violet, they're both amazing. Thank you very much. And I love violet too. It is one of my favorite colors, the blues and the violets. I even want to make my hall totally violet in my flat. But my husband still doesn't let me do this. Okay, I have added the color and leave it drying. And now we can add the color to our chipboard elements. Today I am coloring only one, just to save time. If you have more, you can color more of them. For the chipboard element, I will be using Tilt a Wheel Teal, because it is very pigmented blue spray. but instead of this purple spray I'm going to use Purple Magical, because it has more violet pigment as in the spray. So I'm taking Lara's Wild Mouth, how to pronounce, and taking my brush. Yes, we have dollar stores. In our countries they are called fixed price, but unfortunately there are no cabochons or flat stones there. There are only some colorful cabochons like orange, and blues. But how can I use them if I want to color them with Lindy's? I don't know. So I use thinner bars. Okay, what am I doing now is adding some of blue color. And now, while it is wet, I'm going to add some purple one. I love when they are mixing, going into another, and give me some new perfect shades. Oh yes, Nora, I also bought some on AliExpress, some sizes of cabochons, but the bigger one I think they're from Finnebar's pack, but I'm not sure really. Sometimes all my stuff is mixed in my room. Okay, and I want to add some glitter. And again, I'm using silver. Okay, now I want to dry it, but I won't use my embossing dryer or hair dryer, because it will be more beautiful if it dries on the air. So now I'm going to add some embossing powder here, and I love when my embossing powder is of the same color as my background, or a little bit lighter. So I'm going to use two tones, the same Tilter Wheel Teal and Pop Rock Purple. Of course they are from Lindy's. It's the best embossing powder ever. I'm using a stamp with some small text. When I use stamps on the project, I love using 3 or 2 different sizes. So if I have used the bigger text, now I'm going to use the smaller one to add some maybe dynamic to the project. So okay, for embossing I use this embossing pad. It's by Ranger. I've been using it for years, for 4 or 3 years I think, and it still works. By the way, on this part of the cover I made the text, the embossing text, over my main element, just to make the whole composition, to keep it together. But on this part I can use it everywhere because it's the back part of my cover. So I guess I want to use some here and maybe some there. Let us try it. Of course now you can't see anything because this embossing pad is totally transparent, but you will be able to see the text after adding our embossing powder. So now the main point is not to split it away. If I don't want the embossing powder on some areas, I just use my brush and remove it from some areas. Okay, and now I'm going to add the second color, teal to will teal. And again I'm removing some of embossing powder. So I think I love I love this one. Yes, of course I love it. Tilt-a-Will Chill is a fabulous, gorgeous, I don't know what the adjective, fantastic color. It's so fresh, you know, when the light blue is so fresh. Now I'm going to melt it with the embossing dryer. Really long process when you add the embossing powder on all the background. It takes a really long time to melt everything. By the way, girls, do you use the embossing powder only for elements, or like me to the background? And what is your favorite color? Is it Tilt-a-Will? So, Елена is writing that it looks like the Northern Lights. Да, Лена? Северное сияние. Спасибо. Мне это напоминает что-то о феях, не знаю, вот из той оперы. Yes, no, I know that you love using embossing powders on the background. I see them on all your projects. Maybe not all, but almost on all the projects. By the way, guys, while I'm melting the embossing powder, I want to tell you about the challenge that I am going to run after the stream. The challenge for you will be to make a book cover or a notebook cover as you want, in any technique you want. You may repeat my techniques or use your own, but you should use Lindy's GAN products and list them in the description. You should put the photo of your project in a special album that I'm going to make in Lindy's Facebook group. And it should be a cover of a notebook or a book. So I will translate for my Russian audience. Девочки, после этого эфира я собираюсь запустить задание для вас, такой челлендж. Создам альбом в группе Lindy's на Facebook. И задание для вас — это создать обложку для книги или для блокнота, в общем, любую обложку. Используя продукты Lindy's, указать их обязательно в описании и поместить фото своей работы в этот альбом. Челлендж будет длиться до конца января, и призом будет сертификат на покупку Lindy's в их магазине. Так что можете уже сегодня начинать. Вы можете повторить мои техники сегодняшнего эфира, использовать свои техники, это уже как вам хочется. Jump Street wrote that this project has made me want to explore the collection of things in my room more. Yes, sometimes I also want to explore all the things in my room to find something new and to redesign it. Because the old things sometimes are really beautiful. I don't know whether I can finish melting my embossing powders today. I have really lots of them on the background. Maybe do you know some tips to make it quicker? Лена спрашивает, а фото в альбом одно добавлять, так же, как в челлендж Lindy's? Да, фото одно. Любое можешь выбрать, можешь более близкое, можешь составить коллаж, можешь, как сказать, flat lay. Но фото в альбоме должно быть одно с обязательным указанием Lindy's продуктов. Я подробнее еще тоже напишу в группе, потом отдельный пост и в блоге. Ну и у себя на страничке в Инстаграме, конечно, куда без нее. Oh yes, I also use the heat gun. But it's too slow, really. Так, Лена, если у тебя отключается звук, когда я сушу феном, то все правильно. Я его специально отключаю, чтобы не сильно напрягать вас феном. Это так и должно быть. Okay, so girls, I think it is ready. Yay! So I love the background. It is colorful, it is textured. It has a lot of sparkles. And now we should check our alone chippy element. It is alone today. But I hope on your projects it won't be alone. Yes, I should put it here. Okay. Now I want to tell you some more trick. It's especially for people who stay to the end of my stream, how I make shadows on my project, because there are some shadows under this element, and I'm going to repeat it here. For shadows, I always use distress oxides or distress inks or archival inks, what colors I have. So for this project, Dusty Concord is the best color for me. And now I'm going to take my brush and I will be applying it with the brush just in the place where I want to put my composition or my one element as I want to make today. On the darker project, I want to return my purple book here. For creating brush, I used black archival ink. I think it matches here better. Да, Лена, надо поискать нужную-ненужную книгу. Кстати, вот обложка, которую сейчас делаю, она была от Омана. Вот как она теперь выглядит, так как будто она от Омана. Она была очень страшная, такая глянцевая, черная советская обложка. And now it is gorgeous. Also, you can add shadows to the element. You can always use gray colors if you don't have the color of your spray. And don't forget to add shadows to the edges of your book. You can use also special ink pads. I also have them. So these ink pads, they're perfectly for adding shadows to the edges. This looks so pretty. Thank you for your support. This is my first stream for Lindy's, but this year I'm going to make a lot of streams because I love making something together with you. So you can write in the comments maybe some projects you want me to share, some tutorials. So now I'm gluing my chipboard with special glue. It is very strong, but it is mostly the same as matte gel. Yes, we have all the book almost ready, and now I'm going to show you one more trick. You'll see how I like it today. want to show you how to make this kind of part of the book. So for this purpose I need some acrylic paint. I have it in this kind, it is called Angel. It is very slightly white metallic color. What is the reasoning behind having two heat guns? Girls, it is just an ordinary hair dryer. It's not a heat gun, but it helps me to get my project dry quicker because it is stronger. But it can't melt, of course. It's for her. Okay, now I'm applying an acrylic paint to the central part of my cover. Even more paint I want. And while it is wet, I want to add a lot of glitter, really a lot. The excess of the glitter I will return to the bottle after it dries. So don't be shocked. So, and only now my book cover is finally ready. Now I should find it, and show it. So here it is. Please write me, do you like it? Okay, and the last thing is a little bit of stamping. I will be using the same stamp, the same dusty Concord oxide ink, and I'm going to stamp a little bit on the chipboard and on the background. And now this is the last technique that I used when I did the first part. They are equal. Okay, don't forget about the challenge. Now I'm waiting for your book or notebook covers with Lindy's. Don't forget to list all the Lindy's projects, and so do I. I will also list all the projects I used below this video. And thanks for coming. Brilliant, потрясающе, I love it. Okay, thank you girls, really, for your support, because it's very important for me during my first stream. Okay, I hope you like it.